Hey, Catalyst crew. Welcome to Catalyst Corner, episode 12. It's Wednesday, so we have Partially Proficient here with us, and yeah, let's get into it. How's it going?
Oh, you know.
I do.
Barely making it, as usual.
As we all.
Yeah, it's the human condition.
Oh.
What's that? So you moaning at me?
I don't know. Oh. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
So, I've been, I watched recently on the old Flicks of the Net.
Okay. You're one of their remaining subscribers.
Yeah, I'm one of the 12 people that has hung on. I'm like, well, Witcher Season 3, so I guess you can just take my money.
Until that comes out, yeah. That'll happen to you.
So, Way of the House Husband.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, basically the premise is this ex-mobster, or I guess he's Yakuza. Yakuza. Basically retires to be a stay-at-home house husband. Yeah. And he takes the intensity of being a high-ranking
Yakuza enforcer
to everything he does around the house. And I connected with that a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because you have a manic energy to everything you do.
Yeah, it's odd that I can't, halfway things.
No, you're cranked to 11 on everything.
I'm very uptight.
Yeah, I mean, in one way of speaking, that's probably accurate.
But in any case, I was like, oh, yeah, he's like me.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. So it makes all my chores around I've been doing way more chores around the house.
You just recently decided to clean your little fucking goblin lair.
Yeah, I've finally gotten the goblins out of the cave.
Yeah.
Actually.
For what it's worth, I can breathe in here now, which is great.
The air quality.
I appreciate that.
It's only going to get better, too, because, the tragedy of it all is we have, a double filter, some bullshit or whatever, and, nope. I just have been neglecting the shit out of that. I'm like, no, you breathe carcinogenic dander, you
Yeah,
fuck.
it's like in the Hobbit movies, when they went into the little goblin kingdom.
That's I have that weird tumor on my fucking goiter fucking shit going.
Yeah, I'd come on down here, and that's what it was like. Yeah,
welcome down to Goblin Town.
You would sing that song every time I go
and you're like, dude, you should probably get that tumor.
Yeah, lasered. It's good now.
Yeah, I'm like, touch it. So anyway, I'm vacuuming, right?
Yeah.
And it's not working.
Okay.
It's not picking up the dirt and shit. And I'm like, what the
I have my suspicions why.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So I checked the, it's a bagless one, right? I don't even know if they fucking make ones with bags anymore.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea of where I'm at with shit.
Right.
So I checked the tank, I guess. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Sure.
It's empty.
Receptacle.
It's empty.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, well, that's not the problem. I flip it over. Mm-hmm. There's hair. I have long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. My hair it's like poison ivy from Batman around the fucking spinny thing. So I can't even move, right?
Yep.
And so, as a result, a bunch of dirt and dander and stuff has just clogged the artery of the vacuum, right?
Oh, it's been killed, yeah.
So, I get a little blade and I cut out all the hair and stuff, and then I'm able to kind of move the spinner and start pulling all this dirt out, right?
Good.
I found a Slim Jim. There's a fucking Slim Jim in there, in the wrapper. And I took a picture. I'm going to show you the picture.
Oh, yeah.
I thought to myself briefly, you'll be proud of me because I didn't do it. I was like, I wonder if I could eat this.
I'm on a level with you. I probably would have been in the same mental place.
Yeah.
You see a Slim Jim, and it's just kind of well, maybe. It doesn't really matter the context.
Well, I just kind of figured it was still in the wrapper.
It's in the wrapper.
Right. There's all the sulfates and all that shit. I'm like, it's probably fine. I took a picture, like, after I cleaned it all out, that thing is a fucking animal.
Oh, it's like a totally different piece.
Oh, it's like brand new.
Yeah, that's how things work when they're maintained.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Fucking Slim Jim.
Anything else you need from me?
I don't even know when I had meat sticks last.
Years old.
Yeah, it's like,
which, again, in the case of a Slim Jim,
right,
literally doesn't
really
matter. No.
It looked normal.
What is normal to a Slim Jim?
Yeah, it's all relative, I guess. You ready?
Yeah, let's see it. See your fucking... Oh, no.
It's a mountain of filth.
It's just nestled in, like...
Yeah.
I don't
there's
even
dog
know what
hair,
most of that
there's
is. There's,
hair.
like, yeah, dog hair.
Listen,
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen Osmosis Jones?
Yeah,
it's like that. Like, there's like an ecosystem. Like,
yeah, it's a whole thing surrounding it.
Yeah, brutal. So, Way of the House Husband has really helped my life.
Yeah, you binging that, and it's just...
Yeah.
You can relate.
I was like, oh, yeah, he's very... I go, maybe I should intensely clean my vacuum.
Yeah.
Pulling out fucking... it's actually a pathway to Narnia.
Slim Jims, yeah.
Mr. Tumnus is like looking through the porthole. He's like, hey, I'm a fawn.
Oh,
I don't know why
that
he saw
was a weird fucking movie.
What, Narnia?
Yeah, I don't know.
Movie, book. They were like buddies. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. They were like bros.
Yeah.
I think they had like a falling out at some point, right?
Actually, I couldn't tell you. I don't know that much about it. Both big religious guys.
Very religious, yeah. I think C.S. was a bit more than Tolkien, though.
I mean, in the context of his writing, probably.
Yeah. No, in real life, I think they were. But I mean, product of a time.
I don't know either of them personally, so I guess I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you weren't friends with John? I don't know what C.S. Lewis's first name is.
Yeah, I don't either. Well,
yeah, it was a weird flick. That was a weird one. That covered a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, they couldn't get them all made. The producer killed himself.
Oh. I had no idea.
Yeah, because the third one tanked, right?
Okay.
And I guess the guy was just like, well, I can't bring C.S. Lewis's shit to the screen. I'm sure it was more than that, but yeah, he did. They're not very good. Like, the first one is decent.
I think it's the only one I ever saw.
Right, because nobody gives a shit about the rest of the story. You think that's like a flex? Like, Tolkien's like, yeah, I just wrote this little ditty called Lord of the Rings. And C.S. Lewis is like, 3 books? How about 7? Like, everyone's like, yeah, that line, The Witch in the Wardrobe's pretty good. But, like, the rest of them kind of suck.
What was that? Oh, God. There's the polar opposite to it as well that I think kind of had the same sort of cinematic failure. The Golden Compass books.
Yeah, but that's had new life, right? Like, they've made that a TV show that's done well now.
Did they?
Yeah, HBO picked it back up and actually made it dark.
Idea. That was always kind of dark.
Was the movie dark, though?
I didn't see the movie.
See, I think the issue with the movie was they kind of, like, strayed away from the darkness.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to hit, every dynamic or whatever.
Well, it's a pretty fucking weird premise for a kid's movie. Or even a kid's book, I guess.
Well, growing up when we did.
Yeah, we had some weird standards to go off of.
What do you think, I mean, taking like the old stuff out of context, right? Like the 30s, 40s, 50s, like where it was just blatant racism. Take that off the table.
Right.
In the 90s and even into the 2000s, and we covered this with Sonic a little bit. I know you and your kid were watching Sonic X, and like it kind of opened up.
Yeah, it kind of opened my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, like what people were getting away with and shit.
Yeah, as like recent as like 15 years ago, stuff was still really fucking out there.
Yeah. So when we started talking about that, I started doing a bit of research.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, yeah, that's probably... Because I always remember Mr. Popo, right? Incredibly problematic character.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So it's like, all right, so there's a couple of instances that I remember from, like, the 80s and 90s, but, like, it's got to be isolated, right?
Right, like little onesie-twosie type things.
No,
not really.
No. Because when you start going back,
right?
I mean, fire off one or two for me, and I'll see if I can fire off a couple.
So immediately, like Johnny Bravo comes to mind. He's just coming up. He's just harassing women in the fucking street.
Yes, he is. He's just like He's
not taking no for an answer.
He's got this like mutated body too, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got like the tiniest of legs.
Yeah,
but not just the tiniest of legs. Like his legs, his actual
all
legs,
upper body.
Right? But his actual legs are like stumps.
Yeah. You know what his physique actually reminds me of? Reminds me of an unshirted Elon Musk.
Yeah, like Elon is obviously a little bit more. Elon Musk looks like, because he took that picture on the yacht, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a human that's made out of cream cheese.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
He's got a flawless, I want to paint on his fucking torso.
It looks like someone sculpted him out of cream cheese, but they didn't have an actual human to reference the body, so they just kind of did it by memory.
Someone described what a human is to like someone who's never seen one. They're like, draw this.
So his proportions are just sort of fucking off. Yeah.
His chest is so distended.
Oh, it's insane looking.
You know what it is? His obsession with space is because he was infected with an alien.
Yeah, I think
it's like
just
pushing
like a space
through.
Man.
It's pushing through his chest cavity, so he's trying to get to the stars in hopes that the aliens that are up there are going to be like, "Oh, you got one of those parasites? We got you. Let's pull that sucker right out."
Yeah, he's just a fucking weird built person.
Yeah,
he looks like a fucking Ark character.
He looks like Hagrid from 2000's Harry Potter. The video game.
Just fucking stretched.
The video game, yeah. They like stretched it over. They couldn't get the polygons right, and they just stretched the artwork.
Oh, god damn it.
You're a scientist, Elon. Weirdest shaped body I've ever seen.
Yeah, so
he tucked his like fucking...
All this back to the fucking Johnny Bravo shit.
He was rocking the 1920s boxer look.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Like, he's constantly just pushing his fucking chest out and breathing in deep.
He saw Johnny Bravo. Like, do you think the people in the Johnny Bravo universe, like, were like, Jesus Christ, he's coming?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not again.
Like, I think it's like one of those communities where it's definitely, like, frowned upon to go to cops over, like, incidents like that.
Yeah, because he never got arrested, right?
Right. And is that kind of the culture of the 90s, too? Is, like, people just weren't getting... called out on that kind of shit.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of it. And what's interesting is like...
he's just taking advantage.
I mean, but like, look at the predators that were active, right? Like, that was Harvey Weinstein in his prime.
Right.
That was Bill Cosby in his prime doing that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think people just didn't say shit back then.
Oh, man, I feel bad putting my boy Johnny on the same pedestal as those guys, because, like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but, but Johnny's just stupid. Like, if he wasn't stupid... He was trying to have sex with these women. Like, it's not like he wasn't like this fucking mild-mannered idiot.
It's a really dark take on it now that I have to look back at my
Johnny
childhood.
Bravo.
Yeah,
he saw her from across the room.
It's so deviant.
Yeah, it's like the darkest fucking...
Oh, you said you were going to fire off a couple. What did you have?
Yeah.
What else?
So let me hit you with a couple, right? So there's some that are a little lighter, right? So you have Rugrats that just had like sprinklings, right? So you had Grandpa Lou with the pornos. He rented the pornos in that episode and shit.
Yeah.
You had Stu,
right?
Who I've become in a way. Just wants to create.
Yeah, he's just making stuff. He's sad.
Saddest motherfucker in town.
And what's the mom's? Oh, Dee Dee. Yeah, she's like constantly on Valium.
Yeah. She's like taking Mother's Little Helpers.
She read that like doctor's bullshit like
Lip
child.
Shits.
Lipschitz.
Yeah, he was like a fucking child psychologist or whatever.
It was all garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fraud.
Yeah, but she just wanted to buy into whatever the philosophy of the day was.
She just was like looking for something.
Oh, it's just like a weird, sad, dysfunctional family.
Oh, so funny, dude. It's not. Like, it is a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, no one was watching their kids either. They just put them aside. They corralled them in a pen.
Just out of curiosity, like, were you watched as a kid? Because, like,
sometimes.
that, like, they fucking just left me to my own devices.
Yeah, I think as early as, like, 5 or 6, my parents would go out shopping, and they were just like, hey, Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Best of luck,
Don't burn
kid.
the house down. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Don't kill your sister.
Yeah,
Shit like
didn't
that.
fucking work out so good.
Well, it did. You're both the living. We used to walk home from school and all that shit. Like, it just was what it was.
Oof.
And it's weird because, like, serial killers were already a thing. Like, the 70s, were really, like, serial killer territory.
Right.
So it's
They were
not like
heavy
that
with
wasn't
it.
there.
Yeah, like, parents should have known better in the 90s.
They were just like, well, it's safe now. Because now we're in charge. It's just like, walk home, kids. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I almost got abducted once.
Really?
I was at a YMCA in Boston. And I was sitting there, and this group of girls, who I think were teenage, maybe they were, I don't fucking remember, go, hey, why don't you come with us?
Oh.
We're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And I go,
Oh, no.
I go, nah, I'm good. And one of the girls goes, he thinks we're going to abduct him. Isn't that cute? And I'm sitting here going like, nah, I'm good. That was it. And they like left me alone, right? I've played that over like today, like, in the current time. And I was like, I'm sure it wasn't going to be anything like that. But like, does it sound insane that they're like, oh yeah, a group of girls just murdered this idiot that ran off with them? No, that shit happens all the time.
Yeah, that kind of thing is real.
And like, what? You think you're gonna like shame me because I don't want to get abducted?
Yeah,
like,
get murdered by some group
gonna
of
get abducted.
psychos.
I'm like, yes,
That's a distinct possibility.
That was the vibe you're giving off, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go play Street Fighter 2, and then I fucking walked away.
That's an excellent goddamn
better,
choice.
right? Way better than getting your head bashed in with a rock. Absolutely. That's the shit that happened when I was a kid, dude.
It did, yeah. That kind of shit was all over the fucking place.
Like these girls are just sitting there. They see like the lone boy, and they're like, "Let's fucking kill this kid."
Because let me tell you, we're gonna go real dark here for a minute.
I love it.
Because my parents would leave me to my own devices. Yeah. They would like go shopping and like they'd be like, "Hey, stay within like an aisle or two of us," and my mom would try to scare the ever-loving shit out of me with the same story every time. She'd tell me the story about Adam Walsh. I don't know if that's familiar to you.
Nope. Go ahead.
You know the guy who, God, what was that show? America's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Something Walsh. That was his name.
That guy who like did the narration?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That was his kid was actually murdered.
Yeah, I know.
Abducted and murdered. My mom would tell me that
I know
kid's
now that you
whole story. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he did the show.
Yeah, she would tell me all about it and like how he was like kidnapped and decapitated and shit.
Wow, we got a lot of mixed messages. Like, hey, there are people out there that will fucking murder you. All right, stay like 2 aisles away.
All right, stay in the toy section. I'm gonna go over here and figure some stuff out.
You want to go to KB Toys while I'm down at the mall getting a pretzel? Yeah.
Just don't go with anyone.
Right. And then I went. Just fucking went.
So yeah, it was like a weird time. They like definitely knew the murderers were prowling.
You know what's interesting is I remember in my neighborhood, right, growing up, there was another instance where one of the girls was almost abducted.
Really?
And people just didn't handle shit well. They just they had a meeting. And they were like, why would you try to pick these? Because he was like a stepfather of one of the other. Like, it was fucking, it's what you hear about, right?
Wait, they didn't even like call the cops? This guy, they just were like, hey, don't be
Nobody
abducting
called
girls.
the cops in the 90s. Like, that's why all this
man.
shit is so fucked at this point. They were like, oh, why would you do this? And he's like, well, I was just going to give him a ride.
Just picking up a young girl.
It's like fucking third, like not even, like 8 or 9. I know.
Yeah, they were a weird time, dude.
I was a bit of a degenerate, though.
Yeah?
Did you ever, do you remember Crazy Bones?
Oh, God, it sounds so familiar.
They were like those little fucking plastic, I guess they were like caricatures or whatever, and you flicked them and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, yes.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow.
So, I had a bunch of those, right? We used to trade them at school.
Big
and all
Crazy
that shit.
Bones guy.
Big into Crazy Bones.
Okay.
And then what I did was when I got sick of them, because I get sick of shit relatively quickly, I would be like, all right, there's 150 Crazy Bones in here. If you give me $1.50, I'll give you 3 at random. And I fucking made a ton of money doing that. I had a bunch left over, and I didn't want them.
Right.
And my degenerate assholeness, I was like, let's put them in the street. So we lined them into the street, and fucking cars would hit them, right? And I remember one car hit them, and the dude got out, and he was like, you fucking kids. And I got so scared, I ran up into my room. No, I ran up into my parents' room and then hid in the fucking attic for like an hour and a half.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, I went all the way to the... I was terrified. I was like, this guy's going to come and murder me.
Yeah,
and no one will call the cops because
house.
Nobody fucking says anything.
They're like, whatever.
Why would you murder him? Well, he put those fucking crazy... Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
he was an asshole. He deserved it. Yeah, it was a weird time.
No, honestly, the greatest threat to my life as a child was really an internal threat, familiar, like family-wise. So I have an older sister. I think 3.5 years older than me.
Okay.
And
so there was like a period like where she was bigger than you.
Yeah. Between like 5 and 9 years old, she had a pretty sizable strength advantage on me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we had a tumultuous relationship growing up. She was filled with the rage at all points.
Like, was it like powder keg level or what?
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, there was just a couple of incidents that I can recall where I don't even know what I did at this point to upset her.
Oh, man, but you sound like the victim of abuse right now. Your sister, if she listens to this, she's going to be like, this fucking asshole.
No, we're good now. Right. We're good. She's, she really leveled out with age.
That was good.
There also came the point where I was like larger than her, and it was like, it doesn't work this way anymore.
I am the captain now.
Yeah, so there was actually one point where I did something that pissed her off. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and she broke a CD into like, almost like, I have to describe it into like a spearhead shape.
Like a shiv.
Yeah, like a shiv.
Yeah, prison rolls.
She had like knocked me down. She's sitting on my chest, trying to drive it into my throat. Yeah, and I'm just like reenacting the scene from Saving Private Ryan, like, trying to push her arms away.
Slowly going in.
I honestly... I think it ended because like we were in this upstairs room.
Say goodnight, go to sleep.
And we heard like one of our parents coming up the stairs, and she just got up and was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna kill him now."
Yeah, I don't want to get yelled at. Yeah. Not because I shouldn't kill my brother with a shiv.
Yeah,
that's
tumultuous
really
times.
funny.
Yeah, it was tough.
You know what's sad is like you don't get that much anymore because like now kids just shoot each other. That's not funny.
That's dark, yeah.
It's true, though.
Yeah, at least it's a little, I guess it's a little quicker. You don't have
but you survived.
That's true. You can fight off
your sister got scared. Right, she got scared. She got scared and she had second thoughts.
Yeah, you don't have that sort of time.
Yeah, you don't get that sort of thing with a gun.
Very instant.
Yeah. Not advocating for anything here or there. Just
yeah. Just a thought on the whole matter. Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, that's gonna get you. Yeah, he wants kids to fucking slowly like make weapons. Fucking Saving Private Ryan.
I think the whole point of this is that like everyone looks back on the 90s with like this nostalgia glasses. They were a weird fucking time.
Yeah, but every time is a weird time.
Yeah, it's true. I guess.
Like you think the 70s and the 80s were any less weird?
No.
Literally serial killers.
Yeah, 70s were big for cults, too.
Huge. You had Charlie Manson running around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking trying to start a race war. Like...
Big helter-skelter guy, that guy.
Jim Jones.
Yep.
I think that was more 80s, though, right?
Yeah, I think that was just a bleed over.
Right, Heaven's Gate. Like, just all sorts of crazy... Like... My biggest fear is...
Are there any big cults nowadays? That shit's not still
I could name 5 or 6 of them, but I'd probably get in trouble.
Well, all right. Fair enough.
Not even, like, ones that we all generally consider cults, too. Like, I'm not that asshole that's like, well, every religion is a cult. No. Like, the big one out in L.A. that,
No, yeah, that one.
That's a pretty big one.
Damn, you're bold even saying it that much.
I don't want to fight. Look, I don't know. I don't know how serious those fuckers are. I'm not trying to get fucking my theta levels attacked.
Oh, no, you said it. Oh, now we're...
Jared Leto has a cult.
Does he?
Not even a joke.
Huh.
I don't know if it's an official cult, but girls and I guess some guys go to his island because, of course, you know, he has an island.
It's always an island.
You have to. It's part of it, dude. And he dresses, you know, in white, flowy white, you know, the shirt's open a bit. And he plays music and, you know, it's just a free expression of love and togetherness and shit.
That's weird.
Doesn't wear shoes. That's another sign.
So it's not a cult, but it reminds me of another kind of weird celebrity thing. You ever hear of teriology?
No. Teriology?
I'm trying to remember the actor's full name. You know the guy who plays Rhodey in Iron Man 1?
Yes, I do know that. Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Yeah, you know he's absolutely out of his mind.
I know he's not very good at math.
Yeah, that's his philosophy. That's teriology.
Oh, okay. Like he's done a whole philosophy on one is not two.
Yeah. Zero doesn't exist.
Right. Zero's not a number.
Yeah, he's just...
Does he explain negative numbers? Or are those fake too?
I don't know. I don't know if he explains any of that, but...
Is he like starting a group over this shit?
Well, I think he's more of a snake oil salesman.
What is he selling?
Like he's going to Uganda and like promising to solve all their problems.
Listen, I don't mean to make this go off the rails, but you know a famous R&B singer recently got sentenced to 30 years in prison, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a clip. The producers are like, don't you fucking set. No. There's a clip of him it's either Uganda. It's in Africa. I don't know where it is, right?
Sure.
He's on stage and he goes, they're playing like music.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Who wants to come?
Yeah, he's got to take them all to America.
Did you get your shots? Dude, that to me is the most insane.
Yeah, no more trapped in the closet for us.
Bro, can you imagine, like, your life has just went so well.
Yep.
Right? That you can just go, yeah, I'm going to go to another country.
Yeah.
And trick the people into coming with me so I can have...
The women.
So I can have sex with them.
Yeah.
And it's going to work.
Yeah.
And he just goes and does that. That is insane.
Yeah, he just lived a different kind of life.
Come with me. It's great in America. And everyone's like clapping and shit. And they're like, get us out of here. And
I imagine there was like a lot of Ugandan guys like, hold on a minute.
Well, like, are we invited too? Nobody told me to get my shots.
You just taking all the ladies or what's going on here?
Yeah.
What a weird fucking...
30 years in prison he got. It's good.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. It's just such a different lifestyle, dude.
I just don't understand, like... Is it just like to get to that sort of a lifestyle you have to be an absolute degenerate? Or do you become a degenerate, because of that lifestyle?
Probably a little column A, column B.
Yeah.
You have, like, people
because you can just do shit, right? Like, no one's going to tell you no, really.
Right, and I think some of the more unscrupulous people are able to get to that point because they don't care about hurting people or stepping on people. They'll drive for success at any cost. Is he like a hero in
his own mind?
Yes.
How?
Because delusion.
I guess.
A lot of people self-center, they delude themselves, and hey, everyone's the protagonist in their own mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty self-centered, but like I'm a villain. Like in my head, yeah, I'm just like, I'm such a piece of shit.
Yeah, there's nothing mentally ill about that.
Well, at least when I do shitty things, I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm a jerk.
You just punish yourself for it.
Yeah, like my version of shitty things is like, I didn't take the trash out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so now you gotta fucking repent for it.
Yeah. It's like in the Da Vinci Code, I'm like whipping myself with the fucking chains.
You're a flagellum.
Yeah, a bit of a flagellum. Yeah, so childhood cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah. To get back on topic here, we went way off the rails.
Yeah. Pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. But yeah, so that's Rugrats in a nutshell.
Yeah, all of that was like Rugrats.
That was Rugrats. That's what Rugrats did to me. So thank you for that, Rugrats. Rocco's Modern Life. You a fan of that?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
So a lot of the humor was okay, and then there were like a lot of adult jokes, right?
Right.
But like if you start to break it down, the chicken joint that they ate at, Choky Chicken, it's a good one. It's funny. There was also a superhero character.
Yes.
Really, really big man.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he fought crime was with his strength, but how he made you see the error of his ways, of your ways, was that his nipples would shoot out of his uniform.
I see.
Like they would like there was one episode where he had flaps where he could unflap the flaps. Most of the episodes, the uniform would just tear. That's
you think it was like a later episode that he would like innovated the flaps?
Yeah, like you know how in like Spider-Man where he has like the homemade costume for like the first 20 minutes. Yeah. It's like that. So yeah, they'd shoot into your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would see the truth, and they were called the nipples of truth. So that's how he would, get you to change, if you're on a bad path.
Do you think he just had fucking perfect nipples?
I mean, you can see them.
Yeah, but they're like a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Do you think like they were just like if you were a real man or like real person, they were just so perfect?
So you're saying if he existed in reality, they wouldn't they wouldn't shoot out like the webs?
Yeah, no, I don't think they'd shoot out.
So he would just expose the nipples, and you would just see them and go, "That's a perfect circle." My God.
Like, you know how some people have like those weird little lumps on their nipples?
Yeah.
Or like little hairs.
You're talking about a totally naturally perfect nipple. Perfect in size, proportionate to his pectoralis muscle.
I'm talking the color to his skin tone ratio. It's perfect.
He was like green. Is he not green in this scenario either?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever color he is.
Yeah. It's just perfect.
You look at the nipples and you're like, that's exactly the color they should be.
You know how like when people are like, how can you not believe in God? Just look at a sunset.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably.
Like he's defeated the villain.
And the villain's like, I'll catch you next time, really, really big man. And he's like, wait.
And they look.
My God.
And it's just... Yeah, they're going through their whole fucking life.
He sees all of the trauma and he starts working through it.
They see the instant they go to the wrong path in life.
Right. He's just like, why have I been doing this? I forgive you, Father.
Yeah, it rectifies everything.
Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's probably how it works in my mind.
Yeah, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another one, and then I'll give you one more, maybe.
All right.
And this is low-hanging fruit, but Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, that's low-hanging
That one's probably the biggest offender, right?
They weren't even trying to hide it.
Those weren't for kids.
Unsubtle, yeah.
Like, I would argue that those are some of the most intense cartoons, even by today's standards. You watch that shit today?
Right. For something that was, in fact, marketed for kids.
It was on Nickelodeon. Don't make no mistake. It was on, primetime Nickelodeon.
Because, people could point out South Park and all sorts of other animated
that were
cartoons.
Made for adults.
Right, that are adult cartoons. But, this was made for kids, ostensibly, but just a lot of it was so incredibly out there. There's that one gif that always comes up of the show with, what is it? Ren has the saw attached to his pelvis, and he's just...
Oh, yeah, he's just sawing Stimpy's ass or whatever.
Yeah.
Progressive, because they were definitely together.
Yeah.
But
it was an abusive relationship.
Oh, yeah, Ren's a piece of shit.
Oh, he's absolutely...
You know what? He's just... It's so... The dynamic is so good because he's so angry, right? And then when shit blows up in his face and he's, injured, he, looks to Stimpy for, the coddling.
Yeah.
My favorite episode is Rubber Nipple Salesman.
Okay.
And basically, I don't know how they get all these rubber nipples. I don't know if they own the company or if they work for them. Well, who knows? They're going door to door selling these rubber nipples. And they knock on one of the doors, and a fireman, smashes Ren with a shovel.
Okay.
Because he thought that Ren was a circus midget.
In that many words, yeah.
That's what he said. So again, I'm sitting there at like fucking 5 or 6 years old going like, is that something I'm going to have to worry about? Like, if
that's a thing?
Like, I'm thinking I'm going to knock on a door and some roided out fireman is going to hit me with a shovel. Because, I don't know.
You're small, you could be like some sort of midget.
Like I'm like a kid. I'm like, oh no, And so, he's like a scraped on the sidewalk, right?
Yeah, all cartoon style.
Yeah, and he's like looking up at Stimpy, and he's like, tell me your dreams, Stimpy. Like, just give me some comfort. But the reason I love that episode is because they knock on the door, and the horse answers the door.
Okay.
And he is dressed in, I guess, like a condom. I don't know how else to describe. He's got rubber underwear.
He's just covered in, like, latex.
He's got rubber underwear. He's got rubber gloves and booties. He's got a rubber hat. And he peeks out the door and he goes, do I know you?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we're just trying to sell some rubber nipples. How do I know you're not with the FBI? This is for kids. This is the whole fucking episode. How do I know you're not with the FBI?
So for what it's worth, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw, he's wearing rubber gloves, rubber booties, and like a hair cover. Yeah. Because he's making sure not to leave prints at a crime scene.
Holy shit, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you didn't make the connection.
Nope.
Yeah,
how do I know you're not with the FBI? It's
sanitary.
And they go, sir, we're just trying to sell some rubber nipples. And he goes, so I made a mistake. It's like, what is going on here?
Oh, he's getting real intense.
No, but it's just like he's so...
He gives you like, so I made a mistake.
Yeah. Is that a reason to punish someone? It's just
I punish myself every day.
It's ridiculous. And so they go... So Ren's like, they're freaking out at this point, right? And I'm sitting there as a kid going like, he's really overreacting. As an adult, I'm like, what is this motherfucker doing?
What did he do?
Yeah.
What's up with this
Maybe I
guy?
should make another mistake, he says. Maybe I should make 2. I'm going, oh my God, he's going to fucking murder these guys.
Yeah, it doesn't connect as a kid, but it's like, oh.
No. He's like, what is he going to do? Well, I already saw someone get hit with a shovel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So Ren goes, just let me show you what we're selling. And he goes, don't do it, man. I'm unarmed. And he puts his hands up.
Because Ren's reaching in the back.
Right, he thinks he's going to get shot by the FBI. So then Ren shows him the nipple, and he snaps back into reality, and he goes, oh, huh. Oh, what you must think of me. This is for kids.
Yeah.
I don't think I need any rubber nipples. However, do you happen to have any rubber walrus protectors? And he reaches into his house and pulls a fucking walrus out.
Right.
And it zooms in on the walrus, and the walrus goes, call the police.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's the whole thing.
What the fuck?
It was a weird show, dude.
Like, what the fuck? I watched that in front of my parents, and I'm laughing, and they're just not saying anything. Right. And I'm like, if my kid was watching that, I'd be like, what? I would fall in love with it, first of all, because holy moly.
Yeah, that was absolutely aimed more at you than the child.
Right, I'd be like, this might be the greatest show ever.
Yeah, you can watch more of this.
But, like, this is not for children.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's what it is in a nutshell.
There's not a lot of that. I'm struggling to think of anything like that nowadays.
I don't know. Adventure Time, I thought, was geared, like, way more towards, like, it's very childish, right? But, like, it does skew into slightly more adult themes.
Sure. It has it sprinkled in.
So, like, there's, like, stuff like that, I guess, is what it is now.
Even that is...
Yeah, but there's so much
adult
adult...
at this point?
It's old. There's so much adult cartoon now that there's no need to bleed it into the children shit. You just got to do a couple jokes.
Absolutely fucking incorrect.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You bleed in some jokes for the adults, but like it ain't the fucking same thing, dude.
I'm not saying you have to go Ren and Stimpy level, because Ren and Stimpy, frankly, from my memory as a child, I chuckled at that show, but I don't think I ever sought it out because 95% of it went over my head.
I have always loved absurdism.
Yeah.
And everything in that show is absurd.
Sure.
I used to get mad at Log because I was like, nobody fucking would want a piece of wood.
What do you mean? It's a log.
That was my thought on it. I was like, fuck this. I wouldn't want a log.
Yeah, it's better than bad. It's good.
Yeah. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
It's log.
It's log, yeah. I hated it. I was like, oh, fuck, I want that. I did want the Powdered Toast Man cereal, though.
Yeah.
It, like, came out of him, though.
Didn't he also, like, squeeze that out of his nipples?
I forget.
There was
if it was
a big thing about nipples on the old
nipples were a big
cartoons.
thing in the 90s. What do you want? Nipples.
When did they stop?
The butts, too, though. There were a lot of butts.
A lot of butts. Get another one. Cow and chicken. Remember the fucking,
Satan was a character. Like, he was just hanging out.
Yeah, he was like the devil.
It was just, the devil was just a character.
Ass out.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cow's ass was out, too. But, like, the devil was fully nude.
Yeah, fully nude. Just big red cheeks.
It's weird that he was a character. Like, there's no other demons or anything.
No.
No, it's just him. He's just like, yeah, I'm here.
All right. I'm going to segue off that then. Another cartoon of that era. The Powerpuff Girls. Do you remember the devil thing? What was it fucking called? I think they literally just called it him.
Him, yeah.
But they were like a drag queen, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what the message was.
That was never like a thing, though. That was like never a... Like, no one ever shit on...
No, but it was just a weird thing that they're like, hey, this is maybe the devil and also a drag queen.
So maybe the devil thing was weird. Like, that popped up a bunch. But I also remember in, like, All Real Monsters, the teacher was like... I don't know if they were, like, transitioning, but they had, like, the red high heel shoes and everything. And, like...
Yeah.
That wasn't, like, ever... Nobody ever made that a thing.
Is it kind of weird that only nowadays people are making like a weird thing out of like I guess gender role has become more established in the
what's interesting is
years.
I never questioned the high heel shoes as a kid. I was just like, oh, he just likes wearing high heel shoes.
Right. That's
like,
exactly
cool.
what I thought
like,
of it.
Not for me, but like it's good that he likes them.
Right. I feel like if that came out today,
there would be not a large section, I'd like to think, but a big enough
vocal.
Yes, a vocal section of people that are like, he shouldn't be wearing Manolo Blancs. I don't know if that
they know what they are.
Yeah, of course they do. Are you fucking kidding? It's always that type of shit.
Yeah. They'd be loud to be, this isn't for my child. Yeah. Preaching.
My wife only wears Manolo.
Values.
Yeah, like, fucking, it has nothing to do with the show at all.
No,
like, it's just... I was talking to Jim F0123 Art about Thor.
Yeah.
And how pissed off I was that they keep touting what a gay movie it is.
Really? Do they?
Yes. Like in every press release, they keep talking about how gay it is. Like it's the gayest Marvel movie, and it's like, okay, is it good?
Right.
Like that's what bothers me is when corporations, because I've caught some heat about the way that I say shit, I guess, because I don't clarify it enough.
Right.
But I'm all for the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm all for all of that shit.
Right.
I don't like when corpos pat themselves on the back for checking off a box.
Right. It comes across really hollow, and
it always does.
Actually, to play off that, and also about the weird outrage that we get nowadays.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of Lightyear, which I watched with the boy the other day, my son. And one very good movie.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
I've caught the synopsis.
there was a huge uproar because there is a very brief, very benign kiss in the movie between two female characters who are married. And
the only time I ever saw a same-sex kiss that pissed me off was the Star Wars sequels, where they did a whole frame of it just to show it.
Right.
Like if it was characters we cared about in the story, 100%, I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. If you just are just like, yes, we have gay characters in the Star Wars universe now, look at this. It's like, are you fucking for real right now?
This is just framed incredibly naturally, which
it's just easy to cut it out for China.
Well, I would hope that that's not why.
Well, that's what the Star Wars thing was.
Oh, for the Star Wars thing. Yeah. No, with the Lightyear thing, right. That's how it should be presented. It's normal. Yeah, they're just humans that they love each other.
And the thing that bothers me about all of this, right, is Taika was giving an interview.
Right.
And he was like, I hope someday we don't have to talk about this shit. And I'm sitting there going like, you're the fucking one that's bringing it up, though.
Right, you could have just let it be a natural part of the movie and not had to keep pointing at it and go,
we stop...
Look at the good thing we did.
Right, if you do it and don't point it out, it will be accepted more naturally than if you do it and point it out.
I'd like to think so.
Well, of course it will, because I don't think anybody truly cares.
Well, again, you gotta look at it with the Lightyear thing. They didn't outright point it out, but there was a weird uproar. And again, I don't know whether it would have been like that even in the 90s, because I don't know that people gave this much of a weird shit about it. Maybe that's just me not being an adult in the 90s. I was a kid, so I didn't have the same perspective.
What I remember in the 90s about LGBTQIA+, not that it was, I think it was just, I don't even know if it had acronyms at that point.
Right.
I'm sure it did, but I don't remember. Like I said, I was young too. I remember one of the biggest moments for the movement was Ellen coming out as gay.
Yeah?
Yes, that was huge. Horrible person, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, all I think of when I think of Ellen now is...
It was before,
what a huge asshole they are.
It was before all that shit.
Right.
She had, like, a sitcom TV show. She came out as gay, and they canceled it.
Yep.
And people liked her back then, and they were like, why would you cancel Ellen? We liked that show. And that was, like, one of the first rumblings that I remember of people, like, not giving a shit about, like, nobody fucking cares. Like, I know people care. Whatever it is, if you want to, lump, whatever you want to tie your mask to, right?
Right.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's ridiculous. Nobody's hurting anybody else with that kind of shit.
No, it's normal. It's very normal.
It's incredibly normal. And it's frustrating. It's abnormal when we point it out.
Right, when we have to act like it's some fucking thing that hasn't been going on since the dawn of man.
Right, and it's like, look, Valkyrie's gay. And I was like, all right, cool. Is that essential to the plot in any way, shape, or form? No? Okay. Cool. Like I don't know about you, and maybe and I said this on another episode. I don't think people think about their sexuality every minute of every day.
Well, I certainly don't.
I don't either.
It's a weird way to approach it. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's a weird way.
Have you seen that?
I've seen episodes.
The way that Captain Holt is portrayed,
very natural.
That's how it needs to be.
Yep.
It's not who he is. He's not a two-dimensional character.
Right.
It is just a facet of his personality.
Right. He is... He's everything else this character happens to be.
I remember.
A very robotic, stoic person.
Right. And that's where a lot of the humor comes from.
Right. Who just happens to also be gay.
Right. And you can have situations come up because he is gay.
Right.
But it's not the plot.
Exactly. I mean, the same way that they portrayed, I don't know if you've seen some of the episodes that were from when he was much younger. They do like flashbacks, and like the same way he had issues because he was a black man.
Right. They talk about kind of some of the adversity that he faced.
Right. So like you can absolutely discuss the fact that like those people have exclusive struggles, but they don't have to be the sole identifying factors that define those people.
It makes the characters two-dimensional.
Right. They're flat.
As soon as you do that, shit sucks. Now, let's talk about one more cartoon before we cut it.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z. Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball.
Ah, all right.
You got Goku running around as a little boy naked for a large portion of the show.
That show was fucking insane.
Insane.
He's legit. He's Donald Trumping Bulma. He grabs her by the goddamn vagina.
A lot.
Yeah.
He's like pissing at shit. He's like pissing on people.
She's
weird.
flashing her teenage vagina to a 120-year-old Master Roshi or some like he's some ancient age.
Yeah, was that an accident or did she actually show it?
Oh, she showed it, but she thought she had underwear on.
Oh, right, and okay, I remember. Right, he was like, "Let me just see those panties.
Let me see those teenage panties."
Yeah,
God,
right. And
I
she's
need
just
it.
like, "I'm down. All right, old man."
Well, it's the only way he'll train Goku.
Right, which makes sense.
Yeah, he's going to extort a teenage girl. Jesus Christ, Master Roshi's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and I love the way, like,
Fuck.
but here's the fucked up part about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would just I'd be like, that perv.
Right. As a kid, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, that horny old man.
Yeah.
Ah.
As an adult, I'm like, oh man, you would go very much to jail.
I'm looking back on this and I'm like, oh my God, he was a monster.
Yeah, but he was also a karate master. So
like he could blow up a ship with like a
Well, so what are you gonna do?
like a magical blast.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. There's nothing you could do.
The governments of the world are gonna arrest him?
No, you can't.
Is it? He's chosen evil. He's just like Frieza was actually a hero. He's like these fucking sickos.
These sick animals.
Monkeys. Fucking.
He wasn't the hero. Maybe Piccolo was.
Piccolo, yeah, probably Piccolo. No, Frieza was a piece of shit.
Yeah, Frieza's not a piece.
What a
But
piece
go
of
back
shit.
to Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
So Dragon Ball goes like it basically hits that level and just maintains it
So, do you remember
till the end, right? And then
Yeah.
you get to what was the name of the fucking organization?
the Red Ribbon Army?
The Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah,
Did they actually was it like not? Did they have the ribbon?
yeah. They had. Well, it was on the chest.
Oh, okay, all right. So it wasn't like on the arm or
No.
anything,
They had the little chest ribbon.
Yeah, it wasn't that intense.
So
They had all like the machines and shit, right?
yeah, the
That was a
androids.
bag? Yeah.
They had the whole android bag going on.
Wait.
So, like-
Androids was like 17 was Dragon Ball Z though, right?
Yeah, Red Ribbon Army creation though.
Oh, okay, just a carryover.
Yeah, carryover because
all right,
Dr. Giro, who had originally been a Red Ribbon Army scientist.
Was that motherfucker who like threw the log and like jumped on it and fucking flew in the direction of Goku?
No,
Who the fuck was that guy?
was one of their assassins. I can't remember his name.
All right.
We're getting off the rails here.
Yeah, all right.
All right. We're just,
Yeah, I'll cut all
let's
that
do
out.
another hour and a half of
Yeah,
Dragon
let's do a
Ball
deep
lore.
dive into Dragon Ball.
No, I think I know where you're going with the old Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah, what do you
Commander Red, the short
got?
red head.
Did he have an eye patch?
Yes, he did.
Smoked a cigar. He was angry.
And his whole goal was to make a wish on the Dragon Balls to be tall.
Listen, that's the most noble goal.
Yeah. Well, he
How
was
tall did he want to be?
just
normal.
I think he just
'Cause
wanted to
he
be
was
taller.
like really short, right?
Yeah, he was diluting
He just
everyone
wanted
into
to be-
thinking.
they're killing people.
Yeah.
They're killing people.
He wanted everyone to think like that they were going to make the world a better place. He just wanted to be tall.
Right, like secretly, he was like, I will be tall.
But then his compatriot found out about his goals and killed him for it and took over.
He did.
Do you remember who that compatriot was? Be Staff Officer Black, who would later become Commander Black.
Commander Black, okay.
Do you remember Commander Black's notable physical character trait?
No, let me look him up real quick.
Give you a
Oh my God. Well, I thought Mr. Popo was a problem. Wow.
Dude, it's...
You can't even see any of his features.
If you could picture Mr. Popo, it's very similar, except Mr. Popo... I'm not going to excuse his character design at all, but he's supposed to be like a genie of some sort.
He's like
not
a djinn or
human.
something. You can make like some weird argument that he's not a caricature.
Commander Black is a human man. He is a black man.
It is reminiscent of cartoons from the 1930s.
Yeah, it is egregious.
Who gave the thumbs up on that?
I don't know. There was like
in the meetings, they're just like, all right, we want to make sure that it's integrated. All right, cool. And Mr. Black is going to be of African descent. All right, rad. What do you want us to make him look like? Do you remember those cartoons in the 1930s? Like, give him like that mammy look. Oh. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't come at me. Oh, no, I didn't fucking draw him.
No. You're not wrong.
And then they said to them, they were like, yeah.
That's the one.
Dude, he looks great.
That's the design we're going to go with on it.
Holy fuck. Shame on them. What the fuck, dude?
Again, Dragon Ball is something from only the 80s.
It's not that old to be that problematic.
No, to be as absolutely fucking wrong as it is throughout. Yeah, and that's the kind of shit we grew up on. And that's why we have the problems that we do, I imagine.
I still think it's wicked funny that you almost got shanked over... What did you do?
What did I do? To get shanked?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I love it. You're just like, hey, good morning.
A lot of the aggression was not warranted in my household.
I don't know. I've known you for a long time. You probably deserved it.
Yeah, you think so? That's probably true. That's probably true.
You probably just gave her a stink eye or something.
Gaslight me into thinking I deserve it.
Like you knocked over her fucking milk at breakfast. And she was just like, I'm going to
fucking kill him.
I'm going to kill that motherfucker later on today.
That was not outside the realm of what could have happened.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're still with us. You're still amongst the living.
We survived the fucking traumas of the 90s.
Yeah. And, look up those movies. Look them up and let us, or shows anyway. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if they're as fucked up as we remember, or if, we're wearing shit-colored glasses.
Fucking our childhoods were ass.
Yeah. All right. So Paul, what do you got going on?
Well, I'm doing TikTok. I'm at Partially Proficient. Just making some short painting videos, mostly models and miniatures. Nothing too fancy, but if you want to learn and just check some things out, then come take a look.
You're coming along. You're really making some cool shit on there.
Yeah. I do a lot of the Warhammer 40K stuff for those kind of people, little Dungeons and Dragons minis, that sort of thing.
All right, guys. So that's episode 12 in the books of the Catalyst Corner. Couldn't do this stuff without you, so thank you so much for the support. You know where we're at. CatalystCrafting.com is the website. Etsy stores Catalyst Creations NH. We got art from various artists. We got Jim F0123 art on there. We got Soul Steady on there. Kim Diaz Home. And we got a couple more that are coming soon. So we got some cool stuff on there. We're adding new stuff every day. Check that out. We're on all the social platforms as well. So, look us up if you haven't checked us out already. And, watch the rubber nipple salesman clip. And let me know what you guys think. Should we call the police? All right, crew. I'll catch you on the next one.